Hello, Orville Nation. Hello, everybody. Hello, Dave. Hello, Jet. Hello, Adega. Hello, everyone who's in here. I want to give a very special welcome to one of our family members here in Orville Nation. I want to welcome Fortean Barber. Hello, Fortean. How are you? Thanks for
All right.
coming.
Lovely job. Yeah, I'm all right. Thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm good. I was looking forward to this.
Good man. Yeah, me too, actually. It's been technically the highlight of my week. You know, normally that sounds amazing. That probably sounds really bad right now, but it's meant to sound amazing, just the same as it would normally. I even put my Oval t-shirt on. That's how much I've been.
Oh,
Yeah, that's how much I've been looking forward to it.
wow. That's awesome. Nice shirt.
Mm.
Nice shirt. Wow.
Cheers.
Um, yeah. This kind of started out as a half joke, like,
Mhm.
me saying stuff and you kind of like texting back and stuff. And I started to think about it. It's like, maybe it's not such a bad idea. And,
Absolutely. Things are so strange out there at the moment, they really are. And people are taking their lives. In my world, it's their lives into their hands. And yeah, I can't be responsible for people doing this no more.
yeah, I've heard a lot of complaints. I heard a lot of complaints about hello, Troy. I mean, Trey. Hello, Trey. Hello, Philip. You feeling better, Trey? I hope you are. You had migraines. So yeah, so very yeah, so what have you been seeing online? Like, I started to hear comments from people. What have you heard about this topic online?
Which topic? Me coming on, or like
No, in general, the
whole...
need for self-grooming.
There's been a lot of it. I mean, I think one of the absolute saddest comments that I've had was actually off a friend of mine, my number one client, who may or may not be watching right now, and he was basically crying to me, saying, "If only I hadn't postponed my last haircut, because we're now in lockdown. What am I going to do?" And the truth is, a lot of people, they come to their barber not just for their haircut, but they come for a chat as well. So it must be really, 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 really difficult right now for a lot of people. And yeah, so I've had a lot of comments, but I've also chatted to a lot of hairdressers, and not many people know that, but I come from a lineage of hairdressers. So I'm the first barber out of a load of hairdressers, if you get me. And I'm hearing stuff from them and their clients as well. It's not a nice time, It ain't a nice time. We're just the same as you. We all want to be doing something. We don't want to be scared of some horrendous virus. But
Yeah, listen, I gotta say, you guys, not all of you, but some of you, especially maybe in small towns and stuff like that, you guys are very good at easing the day for somebody in conversation.
yeah.
And some of you even should almost have counselor's degrees.
Yeah, there's actually a chap I used to know from Torquay who runs a thing called Lions Barbers, and that is an amazing barber. But also he does a huge thing for chatting to people and counselling. It's all about men's suicide, a large amount of it, and it is gone that way, and it is a cool thing. It's nice to be able to think that I've made not just me, but like the royal me, or whatever, that like we make an impact. And I'd like to hope that's the case, and I'd like to hope that anyone that is watching that wants to come and get their hair cut by me ain't put off by the way I sound. Come and see me, but I'll cut your hair. Just not right now.
Why by the UK accent?
Yeah, well, where I'm from, or where I live, I should say, no one sounds like this. No one sounds like this at all. They kind of sound like farmers, and it's Ace is actually one of the hardest accents to nail.
Really?
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Poldark? It's like a BBC drama that's been pumped out.
No,
about
I haven't.
Okay, it's dreadful. I'm not going to deny it. But the guys that that are in it, they all try to put on the local accent, the Cornish accent, and all they do is mumble. They just mumble. Like, it's really hard to actually do it. But yeah, no, it's easy to nail another Southwest accent. But
So you
Cornwall,
sound a little different from people in your vicinity. You're
oh
saying?
yeah, absolutely. I can put the accent on, but I'm not gonna, because it's rude. Or is it? I don't know.
Well, listen, you got a really cool thing, but a really cool shirt on. But it would have been. I loved your idea about the yellow uniform.
Yeah. See, if we
That was
weren't in
cool.
lockdown, I would have got someone to build me one. I actually would have. I would have. I've got, I know a few seamstresses. I would have got like the thing done. You know, done a 3D printed badge, the whole works, and I would have worked something out for here. Obviously, I can't have 2 bars or a bar. I would have worked something out with colours or something. I don't know, but I would have worked it out.
I'm gonna share. I'm gonna share that picture because some people may not have seen it. It's a funny Photoshop. You have a nice expression on your face.
Oh yeah,
It's a great picture, though. It's a great picture.
Oh, cheers, bud. I do try. Yeah. Oh man.
I love the badge.
Yeah, I think that's the best bit about it.
And I remember posting on this, and for the post for this show, I also called you warrant officer because
Yeah.
traditionally in military, like warrant officers they're kind of like between enlisted and officers. They got a special treatment because they have a very specialized knowledge of certain things.
Yeah, absolutely, like a super specialist. Yeah, it makes sense to me. It makes sense. I mean, you're hardly going to call on your barber to take over the bridge when something goes wrong, are you?
Yeah, but at the same time, you chatted up with everybody from the captain to
Yeah. See, that was honestly the whole idea behind that was just absolute insanity. I've been watching one of the early Next Generation episodes that had Mott in it, who
Mott.
that blue guy, remember?
Yeah.
And I just thought there's got to be something like that in the Orville, and maybe I could slot myself in there somewhere. You know, we all think these sort of things sometimes, and like, yeah, what would I look like in the Orville? What would, you know, someone in my realm of work look like? And there was a bit of a back and forth with a few people, and they pointed out that it might be green because medical quite often. A lot of barbers, the pole actually does come from the fact that it was minor surgery back
Very
in
true.
wars and things.
And and pulling teeth and stuff, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And then that sort of changed a little bit, obviously, as I think it was after World War II was the last time that barbers were used in surgeries, minor surgeries and dentistry. And then in the military, it was a specific part of the medical side of things. But I just like to think it's something different because, like, it's such a colourful universe. Why not have a different coloured uniform?
Yeah, I thought it was really appropriate. I think. Oh yeah, I posted. I asked about, like, I suggested, and you were already thinking yellow.
Yeah.
So we were thinking the same thing. That was funny.
Yeah. No, great minds think alike, PJ.
Yeah,
that is a true fact.
You know, if this keeps up, I mean, you might need to do your own YouTube channel. Who knows?
I've actually got one, but it's full of nonsense, and quite often, if I say something on there that, you know, I might not necessarily think I'm going to get away with, I'll delete it. Just because, you know.
Do you want me to share it? So
yeah, absolutely. You're more than welcome to. Like, the name is Raven Aki.
Hold on a sec.
The channel. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to start doing some, like, hair tips and stuff on there. Really, there is one video actually, cut and run, on there, which is me with one of my clients. Yeah, like a time lapse.
Raven Aki. How do you spell it?
He loved it. Just words.
How do you spell that, Fortean?
Oh,
Raven.
Yeah, as in the bird, Raven, and then Aki is all one word. AKKI.
AKKI.
Yeah. I think it's under that, unless I change it back to
Oh, there you
Fortean
are.
Barber. It is there, is it? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Beer bugger lockdown.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait. First, let me sub. Okay, guys, everybody in the chat, you got to sub to Planetary Union, Warrant Officer Fortean.
Yeah. Yeah.
And before we move on with this, I want everybody to sub.
Well, come on, sub me. It'd be great. I sub most of you. You're all good people.
Yeah, he subs everybody.
Yeah.
Fortean subs all you guys. Hello, Loki. Hello, Bonnie. Hello. We got people here from all around the world today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we got people in New Zealand, Australia, the US, the UK. I'm in Spain.
Yeah. God, that must be awful. I actually still can't believe that you're stuck there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay. I'm fine. I travel a lot. I travel a lot also to Spain and Portugal, so it's for work. So I'm used to being here. My family's originally from this area, so
okay.
So I'm comfortable. I speak the language and I'm comfortable. So I'm not. It's not like I got stuck in in a completely foreign country.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's good. I didn't realize that you could speak Spanish. That's excellent. Yeah. Mind you, American Spanish, so I bet it's more Mexican, isn't it? Not so much in there, I think. You pronounce your Z's out there, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's true. And for everybody who doesn't know what a Z is.
Oh, yeah, it's a Z.
Hello, Kafia. How are you? Everybody just joining us, sub to Fortean. Now, what does Fortean mean? Is that like your nickname, or if I can ask, or is that okay? Or?
No, of course you can ask. Fortean is
Fortean.
Yeah, that Charles Fort Hoyt. He was a scientist of sorts that was interested in the unusual, the paranormal, and the extra natural, just loads of odd things. A long time ago, I decided to make a go of being a slight journalist in terms of Fortean things. So I worked for a friend of mine on a website where I was the main editor of Fortean events, and I used to get stuff sent from me from all around the world and chat about things that I'd seen on YouTube or whatever. So that's where that comes from, actually. Yeah. And then I stopped not that long ago, but I really like the time, and I think the Fortean Society in London have actually just started following me on not YouTube, what's the one called, Twitter, but I don't think they'll like it very much because I mostly just talk crap.
But I'm sorry for calling you Fortean all this time.
Hey, no,
Fortean. I the good thing about YouTube is that there's an audience for everybody.
Yeah, there is.
Everybody in this chat and everybody on this panel, there's an audience for all of us. So.
Yeah, it's. I think that's the best bit about YouTube, and also the saddest thing about where it could or maybe has gone long term. I love the thing. I love the platform, and I hope long term that it stays free and independent for content creators.
So everybody who's just joining us, guys, there's a couple of people coming in now. Please go ahead and sub to Fortean, his YouTube channel, and he's got some good bits on there. And who knows, maybe this whole situation is gonna have him resurrect that a little bit.
Quite possibly. Just maybe without the shouty rants. Let's put it that way.
Hello, Adega. How are you, Dr. Adega? So today, guys, by the way, we have a exclusive George Peter Gatsis. Before we start with Fortean, George Peter Gatsis has given us. You guys remember we interviewed Denali from Denali Comics, and for this week we are going to be premiering a trailer for a teaser for Denali Comics. And so every once in a while we're going to play it as a commercial, and we're going to play it to start. And you guys all remember Denali came up with a brilliant idea for a comic. It was called Immortal Mask. I don't know. Did you see that, Fortean?
Oh, that was amazing. That was actually a really cool idea.
Yeah. So we have a really short teaser trailer, and but it's pretty cool. So we're just going to play it. And oh, you know what? I did this the wrong way. I want you guys to hear the audio. 1 second.
I'm just going to try and turn a light on because I just realised there's no more light coming from the outside world anymore. Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, sure. Oh, damn it. I can't play the audio. Okay. What? All right. We're going to watch it without the audio. I can't play the audio.
What?
All right.
You narrate it. See what happens.
Say that again?
The audio. You've had the audio already, surely, so you could narrate it verbatim.
Oh, you know what? I'm just going to let you guys listen to it on the computer. All right. So can you mute your? I'm going to mute you. I'm just going to mute you a second, Fortean, for this. Okay. All right. Here we go. Here's the trailer for The Immortal Mask. It's a brand new trailer put together by Denali and George Peter Gatsis. And it would help if I put it on the screen. There we go. All righty. There we are. Okay. Here we go. That's pretty cool, and it's very short, but I'm going to play it one more time. And yeah, finally, we're hearing some audio. So, yeah, guys. So it's pretty cool. It's very short, but it's very, very cool. What'd you think, Fortean?
It's good. It's a nice little teaser. I can't wait to see what's coming. If anyone saw me doing this, by the way, I could hear that everyone's clapping for the NHS, so I thought I'd clap. Otherwise, my neighbour's going to throw stuff at me.
That's right.
That's what that was.
It's 8 o'clock. That's right. 8 o'clock. Yeah. It happened here an hour ago.
Really? But yeah, honestly, teaser. I can't wait for more. Cannot wait for more.
Yeah, very cool. I will leave this image up for a little bit. So what I've seen, I was pretty impressed with this project, actually.
I can see it going good places. There's no getting around that. I mean, the guy had some really, really nice. Nice isn't a good word, I know, but like some really, really smart, and I don't want to use the term fresh in terms of how Americans use it, but I mean, like, you know, the actual word fresh, new, crisp ideas. I think they were really good. Yeah. Quite looking forward to it.
Are you into comics?
Yeah, when I was a kid, in particular. I mean, I've got a Green Lantern jumper. Yeah. When I was a kid, in particular, I used to read Marvel and DC, so I got a little bit upset lately with Marvel. But seeing everything on screen was terrific. There's no getting around that. Up until RDJ died, I thought it was a great 10 years, and that's the end of it for me. I don't mean that to sound any funny way or anything. It's just that's good 10 years, and I don't really want to be following anyone after that. Yes, Adega can't be a bit of Lantern. However, I haven't read Lantern since I was about probably 9.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah.
Did you like the movie or the movies?
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Not
sure,
in terms of being good,
sure.
but I thought it was actually quite. I mean, it was quotable. I did actually enjoy bits of it, and I also like the fact that Ryan Reynolds was smart enough to quote it in Deadpool.
Yeah, Adega, that makes 2 of you now. I'm just kidding, Adega. I like it. I like Green Lantern too.
It was nice. It was all right. What I would have liked would have been Chris Pine to have played Lantern, especially sort of going forwards. But after what happened with the DCEU, God knows what's going to happen.
I think there's a lot of people worried about I don't know if you've heard in the States about the whole Diamond. Have you heard about that? The whole Diamond.
No, I haven't been able to keep up. Strangely enough, I haven't been able to keep up with it with what's been going on there.
So basically, it's like I mean, I don't understand. It's not my specialty. I don't understand much about it, but basically the main distributor, Diamond, is not shipping comics anymore to comic book stores.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So people are thinking that I don't know what the details are, but
surely that would spell the end of comics. Well, the main sort of 2.
I'm sure, it might cause some stores to close, but I mean, some will survive, and maybe new stores will pop up in a more humble fashion or with. Listen, some of the more popular stores that I've been to have a lot of other stuff going on, like magic, like war, whatever, a whole bunch of stuff going on because they need it. So
yeah, that's true. It's not a cutting edge industry anymore, and it would be nice to see these multi stores opening up. But if Diamond aren't going to be shipping out Marvel and DC or whatever, surely that spells really, really damaging for those 2 companies. But your smaller companies, your independents, are going to be laughing, surely.
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Trey. You're absolutely right, my friend. And you know what? You have an advantage if you start streaming again for Fortean. I gotta correct myself.
That's Gary's done
that. Americans love a foreign English accent, so
I can make it sound even better.
So just the fact that you're on here with me, like I mean, you're more interesting right now than a Hollywood movie star.
Surely not. Like, come on. If let's think of a really good, I don't know, Brad Pitt. He's not really good, but he'll do if he was here, surely.
Hey, maybe you should maybe you should start putting acting on your resume. You never know. I mean, if they need a guy in a yellow uniform someday, maybe they'll go for the real thing.
You see, that'd be terrific.
And put a fan in that role. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, you know what? Like, if Seth, anyone, Tom, anyone's out there, you never know, they might be watching retrospectively. Give me a shout. Yeah, just give me a shout. You can get hold of me anyway at all. Yeah, through a fake agent or through my own things. And yeah, I'm up for it. I can chat nonsense, so I can read nonsense and then spout it. I'm good.
But if you guys, if you actually want somebody cutting Seth's hair on on film, you don't want some guy who doesn't know how to do it.
Exactly. So. You need someone You
Need
need
somebody.
the real deal.
You don't want to put a pair of scissors in some actor's hands who doesn't know what he's doing.
Exactly. And, I could always quote, I could quote that pirate movie, couldn't I? Seth, you have heard of me, hey? Yeah, it'd be great. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, my friend. So we have a nice number in here now. How should we start? Hello, Don. Hello, Taylor. Hello, Kathia. Hello, Dega, Trey, everybody. How do you? Where should we start?
Okay, let's start with the ladies and move on to the gents.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I think that's probably the most sensible thing.
So tips. Oh, by the way, before we move on, your Green Lantern shirt is going to be looking pretty cool when you start using your green screen.
Yeah, I know.
If you wear
it. Yeah. Oh, you go headless. It's
You'll have just that, like, you'll just have that floating white, the floating symbol of Green Lantern on your head.
Oh man, I'm not sure. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'll give that a go at some point.
Actually, you know what? Hey, Fortean, a floating, like when you start streaming again, just a floating head might be a great gimmick for a barber.
Yeah, maybe like a really weird max headroom.
Exactly. Max headroom. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Oh no, not at all. Right, so here is the one simple basic tip for every lady out there who is worried about the dye in her hair or the length of her hair. Don't do a thing. Don't buy box dye. Don't do anything. Don't touch it. Wait for your hairdresser. Everything's going to be cool. Yeah, it really, really, really will. Just wash it. Keep it sensible. Everyone's fine. Yeah, condition. Just don't panic. Whatever you do, right? Because ladies, if you cut your hair right now and it doesn't go the way that you want it to, you can't go to your hairdresser, and we don't know how long this is going to be. So that's the simplest advice I can give there. Just don't. Gents,
what about dyeing? Because I have heard a lot of women talking about that. What about dyeing their hair? Some of them can do that at home, right?
Box dye never comes out the same. No, I know that's the industry man in me, but it doesn't. Box dye never comes out the same. If you are absolutely desperate, sure. What's the point? Where are you going? You can go to the shops every now and then, right? Maybe once a week, once every couple of weeks. You can go to your big stores, whether in the UK, whether it be something like Tesco's or probably shouldn't. Actually, no. Yeah, I'm going to mention Tesco's. Give me some free meals if you see me, or your Walmart or anything like that. Just don't. It's not like you need to show off for anyone else. I mean, I saw someone a couple of weeks ago, last time I was in one of the big stores, wearing his jammies out. He was all jammed up, as Gordon said. So I mean, no one cares. Just ladies, don't do it. Don't do it to yourselves. Just wait.
So I want to say hello to Stuart and Jonathan.
Yes, Stuart.
Is that one of your friends?
Yeah. Regular haircut. And good pal of mine. And yeah, it would be Cutthroat Island, you know it.
My hair is a lost cause. Haven't dyed it yet. Okay.
Oh. If you use grey as me and Anson Mount, you'd be fine.
Well, I think the ladies will probably say it looks better on a guy than on them.
Oh yeah, but they ain't wrong.
But listen, as a guy, I'm not. I'm a fan of longer hair. For females and for females I'm not. I don't think the gray is unattractive. I think it's how you wear it.
The industry man in me will say that's not the same, though, is it? Make sure you dye it, right? But honestly, whatever makes you feel best is what you should be doing. If you feel powerful, confident with grey hair, wear it. If you don't. Simple. And I started going grey at 21. Now, if I was a woman, I probably would have liked it less than I did as a man. And as a man, I didn't like it very much. I've got to be honest. And I started dyeing it and all the rest of it. It's only that the last sort of 10 years I thought, stuff it, who cares? I'm going grey, and just sort of accepted it.
Now they say that people who are men who go gray early are more likely to keep their hair. Is that true?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Can you explain why? Or
no, you just rust. That's all it is. You're rusting. So whatever's going wrong is started in that direction rather than the other direction. It's all to do with genetics, if I remember correctly. Like, I think it's God, I covered this not that long ago. It's not actually the way that you think it is. A lot of people say, "Oh, my dad was so," and his dad and his dad. It's actually your mother's father. Like, that's your hair pattern, effectively. Yeah. So, like my mother's father, he went grey early, kept his hair. Right. So, yeah. All right, but there is another side to it as well. Like if because Stephen Crowder's a little bit worried about that. He keeps talking about how he's got a little bit of greys here and he's okay with it. It's like, mate, he's knocking on. So maybe that's not going grey early.
Bonnie, if you're going to cut your hair, listen. How about I have a suggestion? If you're going to cut your trim your hair, why don't you do it on a stream with Fortean and myself, and join us from New Zealand? Not today, another day. But
I will give you the best advice I can. I mean, geez, please don't do it. But if you're going to do it, yeah, do it on a live stream with me. It'd be hilarious. We'll have a lovely time. Obviously, I am a peach. I won't shout at you or nothing.
Oh, Diego, you look great, man. You look great, dude. Braid it instead.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. Do that. Just do any. Like, I know a lot of. I've had long hair. I look like a right hippie, and it is all about keeping it out of your face and all the rest of it. Yeah, just do something like that. Anything. Right,
Bonnie says no way. She's not going to do it on YouTube.
Why not? Don't spoil the fun for everyone. All
right, but actually, Bonnie, even if you don't cut your hair on YouTube with us, I do want some of our followers from that part of the world to come on just to chat someday. So if you feel like it, let me know.
They've got an interesting accent as well. It's not quite Australian.
Yeah, it'll be like having another movie star on here.
But better.
For the Americans, anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
For those chaps in the colonies.
Yes, my favorite colonies.
So, Fortean, how just to I mean, there's probably a few more issues that I've heard from the ladies. What about? I've heard some of them talking about. I mean, at least here in Spain, I've heard a lot of them talking about that here they don't have like these combs that you just run through your hair and it colors your hair.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, so, I think they have that for men in the States.
Yeah, they have all sorts of touch-up things, touch-up pans, touch-up sprays. But like I said, just don't worry about it. I know it sounds like a really strange thing to say, but I mean, just don't worry about it. Like I say, you can't pull right now anyway. Yeah, using an English term, you can't go down to the shop to get your groceries and go, oh, I fancy that young stud or whatever. You just can't do anything. So there's no point looking your absolute all-time best for that. And you can't peacock against other ladies that are looking better because they ain't looking better either. It's a horrible time for everyone, but just A, keep yourself safe, but B, don't worry too much about what your hair looks like, ladies, because it's generally going to be fine. It's the men that are in certain growth lengths that are going to be panicking the most, because it's going to start getting in their eyes and all the rest of it. Now, you probably don't have that problem unless you've got bangs. We call it a fringe. If you do, there are tutorials to help you out there to trim it. But my recommendation, once again, don't bother. Just leave it. Wait for your hairdresser. In the UK, we might be lucky. People might actually pay attention and stay inside for a couple of weeks. As a result, things will get relaxed, and like we can open our shops and salons again. So then you can come see us.
What do you recommend? Like, there's a lot of women also talk about. I've heard them talking about. You know, I have no idea what this. You know, but I've heard them talking about. Just like the nutrients for their hair. Like, should they be putting anything into their hair?
Just your normal washing. There's some great oils out there. Argan oils. There's coconut oils. Stuart Watson knows about one that I really, really love myself, which is Mount Bay rum. Do you remember that from back in the day? Mount Bay rum, standard of your barbershop at one point.
Really?
Yeah. I got a little bottle of it here somewhere. I do.
That's funny, Jeff.
I love the smell of this stuff. Classic vintage Mount Bay rum.
Can you hold it closer to the camera?
Yeah.
That bottle looks familiar, actually.
Yeah. It's probably because I nicked it off your dresser.
So what does that do exactly? What is that for?
It's a scalp treatment. It gives you everything that you possibly could need if you've got like scalp issues, grease, or even actually the opposite.
Oh, I understand. Okay.
Yeah. No, so if you're stripping out too much, then it's a good one. But there's plenty of different oil treatments out there that you could get off Amazon or something. But don't go over the top too much with panicking, because it will only be a couple of weeks. And then
Taylor asked something here. Can we use anything at home to help? And she actually asked, can you actually put in plain oil?
No, do not use plain cooking oil. Whatever you do, you will regret that.
How will they regret it?
Have you ever put oil on your hands when you've been cooking and then just left it? Yeah. Right. Just imagine that on your scalp all day.
Okay.
Yeah.
It can be irritating.
Oh God, yeah. Use but buy in a argan oil or a or even a VO5 type hot oil treatment if that's what you require. But just something really basic. Argan oil is great. I like that. And I just saw Stuart Watson says, yeah, Mount Bay. Yeah, that is definitely the one that I used on you.
I drink it regularly.
Yeah, he does.
You can drink it?
No.
Oh, that was a joke. Okay.
Yeah. They rum, I think you can though.
Gotcha. And I heard Dave was writing something here. What's the deal with bald barbers?
They guide you to places that they cannot go themselves. That's about as good as I can say. It's actually some of the best barbers I've been bald.
That's true. I've heard people joke around saying, "Oh, I don't trust a bald barber," but I mean, yeah, they're gonna cherish your hair more than you might think. So
the thing I was always told is like, go to the barber with a crap haircut. Yeah, sorry, I swore twice now, but like, if you go to that one, Dan Malley's busy. That's why I'm growing my hair out now, right? So I can have like messy, rubbishy looking hair, and like it's a plan. And everyone go, he's really busy. He's awesome. He is awesome. That's true, but yeah.
Wait, I didn't follow that. Can you repeat that? I
Always go to the barber with the worst haircut because it means he's the busiest. He's not getting time off.
To the barber with the worst haircut.
Yeah, because he's the busiest. He ain't getting time
his
off.
own hair. His own hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the ones that come out of his store or anything, like a shop. You don't want to do that. But like you go in, he's got wild, wacky hair, or it's like growing out a little bit, and you think, what the hell is this guy about? Bald, even,
That's interesting.
It means he's too busy.
That's all right. Assuming he's by himself, if he has a team of people with him, then you would say, well, one of those guys should be cutting his hair, right?
Unless they're all too busy.
Unless they're all too busy. Okay. Let's see. Now, For too scared to go to the super. Oh yeah, okay.
Okay, have you got what's it called? Nettles. I don't know if you have that in. I'm sure they're everywhere, but like, if you boil up some nettles in your garden, yeah, don't come back to me about this. Actually,
I have to ask you what nettles are, though.
Yeah, it's kind of like a green plant weed thing that doesn't get you high or anything, but like
Oh, okay.
it stings a little bit. So it's not poison ivy, but it's got like little prickles in it. Boil that, boils all the prickles out, and actually it's quite good for your hair. You can clean your hair, cleanse your hair naturally, and without stripping too much of the nonsense, the good stuff out of it. So if you're too scared to go to your local supermarket or even your local little corner shop, get some nettles, boil them up, jobs are good.
Oh, that's good. That's interesting. And don't confuse it with poison ivy, guys.
Yeah.
Alicia asked about what about coconut oil?
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. It's not the wonder cure for everything that people make out that it is, but it is actually very good for your hair. If you can't, that's the one, stinging nettles, boil them, the stings come out, trust me. Coconut oil, if you've got dry scalp or you have dry hair, so split ends are going to be a big deal right now. That will help. That will absolutely 100% help.
Why are split ends a big deal now? Because people
no one can get them cut out. That's the reality. It's a nice little job for a hairdresser.
Okay.
Chip them out, but right now, obviously, dying in excessive humidity causes these things.
I'm going to ask you a typical question that a Spaniard would ask you, because they ask it for everything. Is olive oil good for you said no cooking oil, so
no,
right? No olive oil. Okay.
No.
Because in Spain, olive oil is the solution to many things.
Yeah, but so is mañana.
Let's see. Okay. So actually, a lot of good suggestions by Fortean here. And now, what if the other day? By the way, the other day I couldn't wait. I knew we were going to do this, or I thought we were probably going to do this. I couldn't wait, and I just had to cut a little bit because I was going crazy. So I cut a little bit. But one of the problems I had was that I went to go get scissors, and the scissors were not sharp enough, really. You
need proper scissors to cut your hair, really.
Yeah. So I ended up kind of taking them and just pulling down.
Oh, you're hurting me. You're hurting me, PJ. What are you doing?
So it drive me nuts, man. I would just so anyway, I stopped though. I just did a little bit and I stopped because the thing is I'm used to cutting it short on the back and the sides and then a little bit longer on top. But it was getting crazy. I've cut it twice already.
That bad?
Yeah.
Well, I've got a simple solution for you.
Yeah.
You got access to Amazon?
I have one of those trimmer things where you put a guard on it.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Well, I really like wool clippers. Yeah. And
really?
wool. Yeah. They're like American
for
brand.
Sheep.
Yeah, no, not wool. Wall.
Oh.
Yeah.
See how fun it is to have other accents on here, guys?
Yeah, exactly. It's good. Yeah. So wall.
Is that the brand? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Right. Love them. I'm pretty much on my own when it comes to that as a barber. Lot don't seem to like him. I love them. Right. They actually have a cheap brand as well. So you can buy something that's actually not that bad. That comes.
Get a bowl.
He says. Get a bowl. Yeah,
Sorry.
Don't do that either. I do love seeing people with a bowl cut just because it makes me think, oh, money. I mean, I can help them out, make them look pretty. But yeah, money. Now, I picked these up. Right. I actually use this for myself. Right. Real cheap by Wall. Okay. Groomies or whatever. They're cheap and they're good. But I wouldn't use them all day, every day. That's the only thing that I will say. For myself, for yourselves, Yeah, great. Now, what I'm going to recommend is going to save me from getting murdered by all of your barbers. But it'll save you from going nuts as well.
Okay.
You know, Stuart, you do this. Yeah, if you're still out there, Stuart, you do this. I will kill you. So you just wait. And anyone else that's one of my clients is watching, you just wait. Everyone else that isn't one of my clients, you do this. Yeah. Basically, you need to get yourself access to a thick, like, you know, the clipper guards. They're massive. Now, this is only a 6, but what I really, really, really would recommend, if you can buy it, if it doesn't come part of one of these sets, these cheap sets, is if you can buy yourself, depending on how long your hair is, anything above an 8. Now, I've got access, because I'm obviously a professional, to a grade 13. Look at the size of this. Yeah. And that's how long your hair is going to be.
What is that? What grade is the maximum on there? Like a 7 or something, or what is it?
Well, this is a 13, right?
Oh, 13.
Now,
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if you can necessarily see it, but
see, now we got like 22 people in the chat room now. Because they're coming into the YouTube channel and they're hearing your accent, and it's just like,
oh, this is wonderful.
This guy must be a movie star.
He's the barber to the stars eventually, I hope.
Yes, he's a barber. He is a barber on the USS Wilbur.
Yes.
On the Orville sister ship.
Most clipper guards will come up to about an 8.
Wow.
Nice 8 there. If that's all you can get, that's cool. That will do the job, right? But try and get yourself a 13. Right. Clip it on. Right. And where's my?
By the way, Steven says that the wall clipper you held up before looks like a phaser.
It is. I lifted it from Mott when he did away missions. Yeah, no, it's just a 5-star wall standard. Love it. All right, pro. Clip it in. Make sure it makes a little clip on the back there. If you can see that, yeah. It's just size of that. And just,
wow.
I ain't gonna do it because I'm growing my hair to make it look like I've got a bad haircut. No fanny packs.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, bum bags. Yeah. It's a goddamn fanny pack, and you know it. Sorry. Anyway, so just have at it. Yeah. With a grade 13, and that'll take your hair down on top to about 1.5 inches, which in the UK would be about 38 millimeters. See how smart I am? I didn't read that at all off anything. Set to stun, yeah, man. By doing that, what you're going to do is you're just going to take the nuisance away from the top of your hair, top of your head, without doing anything too much in terms of cutting loads and loads and loads and loads and loads off. So when it comes to it, your barber's going to be like, Jesus, we're going to have to make you look like Shepard from Mass Effect or something. But just do it as like a all the way across thing. But the other side of it, we don't really know how long this is going to last globally. I mean, I read in a newspaper today that I think it was Pittsburgh University is talking about some sort of vaccination already. So we don't know how long this whole thing is going to last. But if it's really bad, if it's a few more weeks, if it's a few more months, use a grade 13, bang, yeah, and then just do the same. Around the sides, like use a higher grade, a lower grade to fade up into it. No, be careful, be very careful, be slow, yeah, especially around the back. What I tend to do when I'm cutting my own hair is I get my phone, I go to a mirror, and I open up the
that's good advice.
Camera, yeah. Flip it to selfie mode. I know you can't really see that, but I just flipped in selfie mode. And then, do that. Yeah, so you can see what you're doing from the back. it is actually a bit of a nightmare in terms of moving your hand to make sure you got it in the right. Are you straight that way, you that way, whatever. Just take it slow and go at a 30-degree angle. So you're going that way.
How good? I mean, do you ever cut your own hair? Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, do you always get it good right in the back? Do you always get it right in the back?
Yeah.
The way you
if I
want it?
don't, if I don't, I'm from a lineage of hairdressers.
Okay. Oh, that's right.
Yeah. But just take it slow. Right? It's good advice, unless you're an F1 driver, in which case go as fast as you possibly can. But generally, just take it slow.
By the way, guys, thanks for all the congrats. Yeah, we're gonna do a 2K celebration stream real soon. So I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for the. I'm seeing the messages. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Well, it looks like it might be. Yeah, Taylor. I guess so.
Maybe it may not be. It's not mutating as fast. Well, in fact, it's not mutating very, very much at all from the last. Do you know what? I can't even think what they're bloody called, but paper I read on the whole thing.
Yeah, let me just say, guys, one of the best things you could do for yourselves right now, and I'm not giving medical advice, but just even though we're locked up in our houses, just try to eat and just live as healthy as you can, as possible as possible. So, keep as trim as possible. It's try to be as healthy as possible in every way. It's not easy, but. Oh, it's just with you. I keep asking him how to do it. Roll somebody doesn't trust us. That's funny.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust such a premium bartender to cut my hair. Then I don't think you should trust me to fill a pint.
Let me ask you this, Fortean. I would like on a regular day for you, are you cutting somebody's hair and maybe are there two other people waiting, stuff like that? Is there a group of people in your barbershop?
Well, I'm actually a mobile barber.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. That's all right. I would have liked to have had a shop, or actually, in some cases, I'd like to work for someone else at the moment. So what I tend to do is just line up as many people as I possibly can in a day, and then visit their houses. I did actually have a location that I was cutting hair out of, and it's recently been made unavailable to me. Another place may be coming up. We don't know. We're in uncertain times at the moment, but yeah, generally speaking, I just go around to people's houses, have a lovely little chat with them, and sometimes blag I have to drink tea at the moment, but I blag a cup of coffee, and yeah, that's kind of what I do. Line as many up as I possibly can.
For anybody who has a regular hair salon or barbershop, do you think how will this affect their business? They can maybe just do by appointments and people have to come in one at a time and stuff like that, or
all salons and shops are closed in the UK.
Yeah, I mean, like when they reopen. I mean,
I don't know. I've got to be honest. I think that it may well put a lot of companies out, a lot of shops out of business. So I suppose it all depends on the length of time that this goes on for.
Sure.
If it goes on for far too long, the government's got to pay out a very large stretch of money for a very large amount of shops and salons. I don't know how tenable that is. Without getting into a conversation about the minutiae of it, I just don't know how tenable that is going to be, especially in terms of just getting the money back, basically. I don't know how that's going to work. If it's on a shorter scale and we have a gradual reopening, which I think would probably be the most sensible. I actually did pump out a video on that. I think we need to gradually open up, which would mean you could have, depending on the size of your barbershop,
yeah,
only a handful of people, maybe a couple of people working, and only 2, 3 in at a time, waiting. So you've only got 5 people in there basically per time, and I suppose that would be like an allotted slot of an hour.
I'm thinking people like you might actually have an advantage when things become operational again. You have you kind of have a little bit of a client base, right? Or
Yeah.
as the way you work.
Yeah. I would like to hope so. I would
Yeah.
very much like to hope so. The natural advantage being that I don't have to have people coming into a shop, and that I will just turn up.
Yeah.
So there's no sort of restrictions on the amount of people that I can have around at any one time, but there's still time restrictions, and there's still technical restrictions in terms of the amount of people that might be there. So if I go to someone's house and let's just say there's 5 people there, depending on the size of the property, I probably shouldn't be there. But the gradual open up, I think, is the most sensible way forward, going forwards anyway.
Yeah, Mando says, I didn't know this, Mando. I have a regular barbershop. They do appointments, so that could work, but there are too many unknown variables for me to say certain. Okay, yeah, sure. It's very, yeah. Okay,
I think
awesome,
a lot of
Mando.
barbershops are going to have to go appointment only. If they weren't already, I think they're going to have to go that way.
Yeah. What about you guys? Oh, I'm sorry. Anybody who's coming in or hasn't seen that, Fortean has a YouTube channel, and he has some interesting videos on there, and he's probably going to start doing a little more streaming soon. So please, everyone, sub, and thank you, Adega, for putting that up.
Yeah, thanks very much. Appreciate that.
And I just want to take a minute here, guys, and we're gonna do our little commercial, and we're gonna replay the. You got a few more minutes, Fortean?
Oh yeah, I've got a couple more minutes.
Yeah.
That'll be all right.
We're just gonna replay the teaser trailer for Denali's Comics.
Have you worked out the audio thing, or are you going to have to mute me again?
I'm just gonna mute you again.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's just to do it. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it like that. Okay. So
I think you muted yourself. However, you didn't mute me. I think you muted yourself. You started off that you just, yeah. I think you're still muted now. Emphasis on think. So that must have been fun for everyone. It does look good nonetheless. So sound or no sound.
You think I would have learned by now? So, yeah, I've only been doing this for 7 months. I wish I should have learned that by now. Guys, I want to share this with you because this is the website for Denali's Comics, and today's program is brought to you by the Immortal Mask and by Fortean's YouTube channel. So nice artwork, huh?
Absolutely exceptional. Like I already can't see who said it in the chat. I think it was Axonar. The logo is spectacular, and that's such an odd thing to pick up on, but a really good thing to pick up on at the same time. Like if you spend that much making your logo look good, the rest of your artwork's going to be tip top.
Oh yeah, I really like that logo at the end. Yeah, Trey. And of course, Trey from Axonar Comics. If you guys haven't subbed to Axonar Comics, please do. Axonar Comics is part of the Axonar family, and they're pumping out some amazing stuff in their amazing YouTube channel. So, is there any video you would recommend on your YouTube channel?
Me?
You mentioned one. You mentioned one before. Wait.
Yeah. The Cut and Run, because that's the name of my company. Is Cut and Run.
Cut and Run. What about the Beer Bugger Lockdown? What's that about? It's
just basically a gradual reopen. I think would be sensible. I went on a 45-minute rant and cut it down to about like 2-3 minutes, and I don't think I was very happy with it at the end. I might end up deleting it, but it sounds good. You know, as a title, it sounds good. But I should probably do some better talks coming. You know, going forwards. What else am I going to do? You know, we're all stuck in, so. I may well do.
And I just want to show. I'm not going to play the video, but I'm going to show an image of you.
Mm-hmm.
Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So,
it's only water before anyone says anything. I'm just really thirsty.
So this is Fortean cutting hair. And this is the video he's talking about, Cut and Run. So,
so
you guys might want to check that out.
Clients.
You guys might want to check that out. Let's see. Oh wait.
Just to point out, I really am a monster. I'm 6'4" plus.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. I probably don't look it like because I'm all in like sort of proportion, but I am actually genuinely a monster, and that lad is fairly average sized, and he looks so tiny in comparison to me. Like even though he's on a seat, he looks like a child, but he's a fully grown adult.
He's an adult, right? Okay.
Yeah.
You're a big guy. Wow. Did you ever play basketball?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was better at ice hockey.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Which is unusual because you don't really get either of those sports played in England much, but I did play ice hockey for a while. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. I mean, in England, who knows? Maybe you're good enough for the Olympic team in England.
Probably. I mean, they're probably shockingly bad anyway. Have they beat anyone? No. So
maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't know. Maybe
you're probably not that far wrong.
But remember that movie? It's England. I mean, there could be a legitimate. It's just not a big thing there, right?
No, it's not. Football or soccer is the
football
big sport. Then rugby, then cricket.
Remember that movie with John Candy about the Jamaican bobsled team?
Cool Runnings. Yeah, that was an excellent movie. I work out a lot, so I pay as much attention to my traps as possible, and upper back and lower back where I can, and that is specifically to make sure that I'm not like in continuous pain But it is a factor. It is a factor. Can't be helped. PJ, I can't hear you.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Especially if the person is not in a barber's chair, which is adjustable, you have to really, you're bending down the whole time, right?
Yeah, that's the maybe I could do some workout videos or something, because that's genuinely what I do. I work out 2-3 times a week, specifically to try and make sure that everything is. I'm sitting really badly now, but I try to make sure everything's up as possible. And like my back is like a rock. I can't really describe it any better. I'm like an absolute solid rock at the back there. So yeah.
Adega he's a doctor of chiropractic medicine, by the way.
Is he? Well, you're going to be very useful to me when we have a massive meetup then. There's no getting around that.
Yes, we said one day we'll do a meetup in Fortean's neck of the woods.
Yeah, Cornwall, come down. Woo.
Mando says you don't sever heads and break into song about wanting to be a lumberjack by any chance, do you?
Occasionally, maybe not the lumberjack, but I do actually wear a lumberjack shirt, so maybe I should. But
you did, yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, there's a pie shop just beneath where that was, so maybe that gives you a bit of an idea of what I can do sometimes.
Cornwall is beautiful, says Louise.
No way, it is. Have you been? Where have you been?
She is from your area, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Outrageous.
We have several people in here who are from your area, actually. They don't come in all together at the same time.
Okay.
So when I mean your area, I don't mean your town necessarily, but your
the
region.
England.
Yeah.
England and its outlying areas of Wales and Scotland and Northern Ireland. But mostly England.
Any musical related?
Yeah, there was.
Any final thoughts? There was something I was going to ask you. Oh yeah, I remember now. Do you guys ever get? I think about this a lot when I see the barber going like this fast and he's doing it all day. What about tendonitis? You guys get tendonitis?
So the way you hold the scissors, obviously, is like that. I say obviously, everyone notices it, but no one looks.
Okay.
But you're just doing that all day. So these aren't moving.
Okay.
And that is your thumb. So yeah, you do. You get like, the cold tendons, whatever. Here, over a long period of time, it really, really, really does hurt. But there's tricks now. I've seen a lot of barbers use more clippers than actual scissors, and like you got big shears nowadays as well. I mean, like the scissors that I use are like chump change in comparison. Like, 6-inch scissors. I don't need like shears that big, but I just got envy of those that have them. Carpal tunnel, that's the one. But yeah, you can go around with using combs and clippers to cut the majority of this into it, and then use big shears later. You don't need to just rely on scissors anymore, unless you're like really flashy, which is still quite good in itself. The whole thing is in art.
Any secrets for sharpening your scissors that you?
Yes, I knew ones.
I knew ones. Don't you love this guy?
Yeah, honestly, you do. I've never ever got so tied to an object that I thought, oh, I'm gonna just extend its life. Sod it off, just get a new one, right? Because I suppose this is the capitalist in me, and I'm not saying that it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's like, oh, there's a new shiny thing, I want it. So yeah, just buy something new. There's no need to, love something that's an object so much that you want to extend its life.
let me ask you this. I agree. Let me ask you this. Do you guys have, because they have them, it's very evident here in most of Spain. Every once in a while, now you don't, but every once in a while you hear this like Pied Piper music. And do you guys have those and they're sharp? There's people who just go around like with pipe, like literally like flute Pied Piper music, and they sharpen everybody's like scissors and knives and stuff. You don't have that in the UK?
No, we have dodgy blokes out the back of a van.
You have what?
Dodgy blokes out the back of a van. Yeah, they come along and they've got like sharp objects in the van and like, do you want your sharp object sharpened? Yeah. Are you going to use the sharp object on me, or do you want the cash? Yeah.
That's funny. Okay. Yeah.
That's what we got. We have to
Alicia asks, what's a good brand of scissors?
Any, take your pick. I like German steel. Japanese steel's good, but I like German steel. And if a good mate of mine's watching who's a chef, he's going to be swearing at the screen right now because he loves Japanese steel. I don't like German steel so much, but I do love it. I do love it. It's good for you.
Okay, very interesting. So he's there. Okay.
Oh, hi, Margaret.
So guys, I want to just remind everybody to sub to Fortean's channel. Any final thoughts before we let you go, my friend?
I have lots, but unfortunately, you know, when you try and push something out like through a tube or something, and you got too many, like that's what happens. It's the same as like, what's the first thing that comes to your head? I don't know. Watford? I don't know. Actually, yeah. So a mate of mine has died of cancer, a type of cancer. He was called Watford John, and I would like to, you know, give a shout out to him of some description. And that's a really odd thing to do, but like I do. I'm just sad. I'm not going to be able to go to the funeral because of restrictions.
How was it? Very recent?
Yeah, it was sort of Monday night, Tuesday morning. No. It's fine. I mean, he put up a massive battle. I'm not going to deny this. Like this man was full of banter. Right, no matter when you saw him, it didn't matter who you were, he would banter. Like he would just battle you with banter, and he was a good chap ultimately. And unfortunately, I can't go to the funeral, so I wanted to give a bit of a shout out on that. And
absolutely,
yeah, you know, it's trying times for all of us. It doesn't matter what, you know, we're going through, whether it just be that we're sitting in our own houses, or whether it be that, you know, we're going out trying to make people better, whatever it is that we're doing, or even just stocking up to feed us. It's hard right now. It's very, very, very trying times, and there is always someone out there to talk to. You know, doesn't matter if it's a mate of yours via you know, Skype, telephones, whatever, Facebook, or if it's family. Just get in touch with any of them. It doesn't matter. Like, you just reach out whenever you can. And right now, you can most of the time. So, you know.
Yeah, guys, just say a little prayer for this person's family, and also for everybody. There's a lot of people a lot of families going through that right now. A lot here, a lot in many places, in the States now too. And I think the UK is not too bad yet.
No, in comparison to the States and Italy and Spain, we ain't too bad. No. Nowhere's great. You know, that's the one thing that we can all take from this, is that nowhere's great. You know, and I want a swift end to this, just the same as everyone else does. But I want a swift, safe, sensible end, and a nice, sensible, gradual reopening to make sure that anyone doesn't fall under the cracks, and that we can all get through this together, because we are all in it together. That's the other thing. We are.
Yeah. And let's bring out of this as many of the vulnerable, you know, mostly older people, and a few other vulnerable people that we can. You know,
In
let's make
fact,
sure we
that's
go.
one thing I'd love to part on, if that's possible.
Please.
If there is someone in your area that's vulnerable, we've seen a lot of this in the UK, and I'm hoping that it's a global thing. But like, try and do this. If you know there's someone vulnerable in your area, don't matter if it's on your estate, on your street, in your village, in whatever, in the nearest section, and no one is delivering food to them or whatever, knock on the window, ring them up if you can, and just say, "Would you like me to pick something up if you're going to the store?" And just do that. Drop it off at the front door. I even leave a card through the thing, you know, like through the post box. I've seen a couple of things of these happen. Seen a couple of these happening, and I think it's just great, you know. Like, so stick a card through, give them the telephone number, and then just say, "Look, I'm going to a store. Would you like some eggs, milk, bread, whatever? Is there anything? I'll pick up for you." And then just drop it on the front door. Give them a knock, give them a text, and leave it for them.
And make sure you don't do it if you're not feeling well. And
Oh God, yeah.
And make sure you guys that older person is going through some kind of proper wiping down of whatever you bring them. Just remind them to.
Yeah. I suggest some sort of spray in between that, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing if you can do that, and you know, if it's helping someone, that's even better.
You know, one thing that a lot of people here are doing is that they're just filling up their sink with water and a little bit of bleach, and I'm sorry.
That's really smart, and then using that to clean things that are from the outside.
Yeah,
world.
and so you just fill it up, and you let, like, so you bring like supposedly you bring something like this, for example. You can't see it. It's a bottle of, but anything it's not like, you know, anything you can put in there, you put in there for 30 seconds, you take it out, you rinse it down, so you get rid of the chlorine. And I know a lot of people here, guys, they're buying fresh bread, but then when they go home, they turn on the oven or the toaster oven for a few minutes, and you put the bread in there for just a minute or two, and you basically sterilized it. So
that's smart.
So stuff like that. Just do things safe, because we can't be too careful right now. We don't really know. You know, you can't really know if somebody's touched, you know, what's been happening. So especially if there's vulnerable people around, just take those precautions.
You know, or you could use cheap vodka. That's another thing.
Yeah, cheap vodka. Absolutely.
All right. It's got two great uses. One, it will sterilize something, and you know, the other.
Yes, Stuart, you can drink that, Stuart. I just a few more comments I saw in here. Loki says, "I take a razor to my head every few weeks, but I got a beard about a foot long." Really? Wow, Loki. I like Wookiee oil, but I'm always looking for something better. Any suggestions?
I run, and right now, unfortunately, I hate to say it, I as you saw in that picture, I had a bit of a beard. It ain't recommended in these times right now. I just can't really get to grips with shaving my goatee off, but clipping it short and shaving the rest. I feel like a devil saying it, but
it's actually very true, guys. If you guys can avoid facial hair right now, it's probably the best. Although I'm thinking that if Loki has a foot long beard, a foot and a half long beard, wow,
God, that's massive.
That it might be hard to convince him to do that.
It would be insanely hard, but you know, this is the guidelines from like every.
But suppose to answer his question though, forget he's not going to cut it off. Let's say he's not going to cut it off. Do you recommend? Is there any good? I mean, maybe the products are different over where Fortean is than where you are, Loki. What do you have any good suggestions for? Is a lot of people use beard oil? Is that what they're using?
Yeah, I've got one that has lemongrass in it that I was using personally. I like the smell for starters, but also it sort of zests you up a little bit in terms of the citrus cleansing, as well as the soothing to stop like that sort of weird feeling on the face. So yeah, stick to the brand that you like the best. But there's plenty of good good solid Barber brands that you can for your beard, but if it's got like a smell that you particularly like, tip top.
Cool. That's interesting.
In a pinch, use coconut oil. Right, we mentioned it before, but it's true.
Help pass the time while I made chicken. It's cream and sun-dried tomato. Oh, Adega. You and right. Adega and Elihu make me hungry.
That does sound nice.
Let me just see if there's any further comments you just take a look at before we sign off. I'll joke aside.
Oh. Oh, no.
That was very Popeye statement. Didn't Popeye used to do something like that?
Yeah, he also had a barbershop in.
Oh, he did.
Was it him? Yeah, someone did, and ended up shooting. Oh man, you know what? When this is all finished, I'm going to try and find it and I'm going to send it to you, because I remember something like that. I swear it was Popeye had a barbershop.
Some of the YouTubers like Gary Nerdrotic and Odin, they talk a lot about beard oil. Actually, Gary, I think, promotes the product.
Yeah. Well, his wife Melissa, she's brilliant. She's got a really great salon out in San Fran, and
that's right.
Yeah, but actually, that's how I got into like my a lot of some of this more recent stuff was actually through her, because I got her on Instagram. And
that's funny.
yeah.
That's how you kind of joined this community?
Yeah. I've always loved science fiction, comic books, and all the rest of it, but I just generally never thought that there was as stupid as that sounds, so I never really noticed that there was like a really cool little community just waiting for me to slot into. And yeah, that's how I found it. Instagram, of all the places. Yeah.
Wow. So I want to sign off with let me put your picture up again of your Planetary Union uniform. Did you do this yourself? Your Photoshop?
Yeah.
That's funny. That's good. By the way, did you see? Go ahead. Sorry, Fortean.
No. I just said if I get an idea for something, I like to try and see it all the way through to the end.
Yeah. Did you see the? You were watching Anna from Switzerland, the prop maker.
Yeah.
Didn't she have a kick-ass uniform?
Yeah. The thing is, it was her friend made the actual uniform, but she made the pauldrons in the. She bought the badge, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, maybe someday we should talk to her about making your badge, your Barber badge.
Yeah, that would be awesome, actually, because I've got effectively the details on a PSD somewhere. So why not? That'd be pretty good. Let's get that. Let's get that.
That's kind of funny. It's cool. Yeah. Very cool.
I have to shrink that down. So, like, honestly, I've got a big PSD of it somewhere. So, like, nice details.
Oh yeah. Okay, my friend. Well, listen, I want to thank you. I think this was very entertaining. Like Adega said, it was very good for our mental health, and I appreciate it. You're always welcome back if you just want to shoot
Hey, that would be great. Anytime. I'd love to come on again. Just give me a shout. I always pay attention. I hope you notice that. Love it. I've enjoyed myself, and hopefully I'll see y'all again.
Yeah, thank you Fortean. Thanks for coming, man. And let me just say one more thing to everybody, guys. We're gonna try to be shouting out healthcare workers this week. So anybody, like this week during the streams, I'm going to ask if anybody wants to shout out a healthcare worker, we'll shout them out. And because, and a healthcare, emergency, police, whatever, military, whatever, we'll shout anybody out, guys.
Sure.
Because they're doing some really important work. So, okay, my friend Fortean, stay in touch.
Take care.
Thank you. Thanks,
Cheers.
everybody. Thanks, Loki, Kathia, Stuart, Mando, Tommy, Dave G, Trey, Alicia, everybody who's in here, guys. Thank you. Have a great night, guys. I'll probably stream again later, by the way. So we'll see you a little bit later. Bye.
Oh, hell yeah.